Hey everyone, it's Tony George, Week 17 NFL opening line report. No, the lighting, well, we have no sunlight in Las Vegas, so it looks like I'm coming to you from some sort of a basement bunker, 47 floors below sea level. Sorry about that. I don't have any extra lighting, and quite frankly, I look better in dull light. So, nonetheless, we're going to break it down for you. I haven't seen any of these lines. Like you have been busy with Christmas and family and lots of hubbub and commotion and this, that, and the other. And we are on a holiday week again with the New Year's coming. And so, nonetheless, these are initial gut reactions. Be sure and leave your comments in the comment section. I will approve them. We don't post them to go straight up because of the haters, the F bombs. This is family entertainment. And of course, the porn sites that know, what the demographic is here, trying to get the boys to come over and look at the girls, and competing websites with their Super Lock and Millennium page links, where they're 95% lifetime on Thursday night. So, relevant comments I'll put up. I'll interact with you, give you some reactions as well. Um, these are just gut reactions and leans out of the gate, not handicapped. I got to take a look at these games, and injuries and weather is a big factor this time of year. So all these things have to be looked into deeply before we release any picks on Thursday. We'll release all of our NFL picks, and of course, we also will have the last batch of college football bowls out, which we only have one loss in the bowls so far as we tape this on Tuesday. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and get to these and some interesting results this week. I will tell you that if you're not going low volume these last 2 weeks of the NFL season, you're going to lose money. There's going to be a lot of surprises. There always is. There's going to be a lot of shocking underdog outright wins. Some teams have secured their playoff spot and looking not to get the Patrick Mahomeses of the world and the Travis Kelce's, the superstars of their team, hurt or injured heading into the playoffs. So you got to consider those type of scenarios going on right now. Then there are other teams playing for it all, trying to get in still. So, a lot of interesting scenarios going on. A lot of teams are beat up right now this time of year. So be sure and pay attention to all those different things. Let's go ahead and pull this up. On Thursday night game is the Dallas Cowboys, 10.5 on the road. Off a big game against Philadelphia, I might add. 41.5 is the total against the Tennessee Titans, who were eliminated from playoff contention with the Chargers win on Monday night. If Tannehill's out, it's going to be hard to take Tennessee because you're going to want to take them. They just got beat by a one-win team. They got beat by the Chargers. They've scored. Let's look at their last 5 games offensively, Tennessee. 16, 10, 22, 14, and 14. Am I going to lay 10.5 on a Thursday night? No. You got Pollard day to day. Best running back Cowboys have. Out indefinitely. Yeah, Willis, I thought he might be a good quarterback for them. The kid out of Liberty. Dual threat quarterback, rookie. He cannot throw the football. I lean under. Arizona at Atlanta, 3.5. Dirty Birds at home, favorite. Total 40.5. McSorley. I don't know what the quarterback situation for both these teams. I'd go under. Look at Arizona. Last 3 weeks, 16, losing overtime. 10-point lead, blew it. J.J. Watt announces this is his last 2 games of his career for the Cardinals. Hasn't been himself for the last 2 or 3 years anyway. But 16 points against Tampa Bay, 15 points against Denver, 13 points against New Orleans, 24 against the Chargers, and then they had 10 against San Francisco. Let's look at Arizona's last 4 games offensively. 13, 16, 18, 9. Give me the under 41. All right, let's get to the next one. That is Chicago at Detroit, -5.5. Lions at home off a beatdown. Oh, my God. Carolina, they're playing some ball. They can win that division. Tampa just can't keep in that division. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Totals 52.5. Now, Chicago was my game of the year against Detroit. 5th or 6th week of the season. Blew a huge lead against Detroit. Gave the game away in the 4th quarter. Dominated for 3 quarters. Detroit off a loss, a little bit exposed. 7-8. Some sort of mathematical outside chance. I take the Bears. Jacksonville -4 over Houston. Total 43.5. That's at Houston. Take Jacksonville. Okay, Denver. Oh my God. Fired their coach. Hackett's gone. Plus 13.5 against Kansas City. Total 44.5. Has that moved any? No, now it's 45. 13.5. Just got beat 51-14. If the Rams and Baker Mayfield can put up 51 against you, depending on the weather. Kansas City put up 34 last time, 28. I'd take the over. Miami, New England. New England -2.5. Total 42.5. Miami, Tua's banged up. Probably not going to play based on recent history and how many concussions he's had. I can only lean New England there. Indianapolis +4.5 at the New York Giants. 3rd best cover team in the NFL. Total 40.5. Give me the Giants. Saints +7 against Philadelphia. At home, don't know the status of Hurts. I haven't looked into it. Probably not going to play. They're going to save him for the playoffs. Put Philadelphia in a teaser. Carolina getting 3 at Tampa Bay. Here is 1 for the playoffs. Total 39.5. Somebody's going to win that division, and somebody's going to go to the playoffs with a losing record. Maybe a 500 record. I don't know. 6-9 versus 7-8. I'm looking at this. October 23rd, Carolina beat them 21-3. As a 13-point underdog, they won by 31 points over the spread, and now they're only catching 10. That spread is 10.5 points off what it was back in October. Darnold looking good. Carolina in a teaser. Put him in there with Philadelphia. Cleveland at Washington. Washington -1.5. Total 40.5. I'd lean Commanders, even if Wentz is at the helm. San Francisco at Las Vegas, lane 6. Total 44.5. San Francisco in a teaser for sure. Get them down to pick them. New York Jets at Seattle. Seattle +2.5. Total 42.5. Couple 7 and 8 teams. I saw that Zach Wilson is definitely not even suiting up for the game. I think we're done with Zach Wilson in New York here for sure. That guy he's looking at the total here, 42.5. That might be an under game there. I'd lean under out of the gate. Minnesota at Green Bay. Here's a big one. Oh my God. Green Bay -3. Total 46.5. 12-3. A 12-3 team leading the division on the road, catching 3 against a team with a losing record. And their offense, honestly, I had Green Bay on Sunday. Don't know how they won. Depending on the weather, got to look at the weather in this one. Green Bay, January 1st, New Year's Day at home. It's going to be cold. Vikings, now a dome team. Minnesota in a tease up to +9. Rams getting 6.5 at the Chargers. Total 40.5. Rams off a 51-point explosion. I go over. The Steelers +3 at the Ravens. Total 36. Oh, I thought that was going to... Oh, I wish that was in the 40 or up. It was 14-16 last game. Two-point ball game. Baltimore won it. Since then, they came out and they beat Carolina and they beat Las Vegas in a friggin' ice storm. 13-10. 36. Last 4 games for Baltimore. 16 points. 3 points. 17 against Atlanta. Give me the under. That number's low, but I'd still lean under there, especially if the weather's crappy. And the Monday Nighter, oh my, here we go. Bills, Bengals. 12-3 versus 11-4. The total is 49.5. Again, in Ohio, this time of year, you got to check the weather. That's the Monday Nighter. Boy, that's a big one there. That's a playoff game there. I mean, they're both going to want to win it now. Buffalo's -1. 120 on the money line. 49.5 is the total. Six wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9-1 their last 10 for the Bengals. Okay, so let's take a look at this. You beat New England by 4. New England's terrible. You beat Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's not good. They have a team with a losing record. Forget Tom Brady. They beat them by 11. They beat Cleveland. They're not any good. They beat Kansas City. They're good. They beat Tennessee by 4. Well, Tennessee, we've seen what they've done. And they beat the Steelers by 7. And they beat the Panthers by 21 in this win streak. Let's look at the Buffalo win streak. Cleveland beat them by 8. Beat Detroit by 3. Beat New England by 14. The Jets, Miami, Chicago. The resume is more impressive for Cincinnati. They are at home. It is a Monday night. It's too close to call right now. Too close to call. I don't know what the playoff implications are in terms of does Buffalo win this, secure home field throughout. There's a lot of different things at play here we need to take a look at. My initial lean is the best team right now is still, in my opinion, because of the defense. Let's take a look at those defensive numbers. This is a big game. Buffalo defense ranked 7th overall in yards per game. Cincinnati 13. Cincinnati's a little better against the pass, but with a mobile quarterback, that's going to be trouble. I think it might be an under game, to be honest with you. I think it might be an under game. I think that 49.5 is too high. That's my initial thoughts for Week 17 in the NFL. Get over to DocSports.com. Leave your comments in the section below. We'll have the handicap picks ready to go, ready to rock and roll here on Thursday. So be sure and get over to Docs. Take advantage of that free $60 link in the description below. And we'll park $60 in any new member account. And you can use it on the website wherever you want.